Hello, my name's Terry Harrison. I'm going to show you how to paint a crashing wave over some rocks. I've drawn the picture up on Bockingford watercolour paper. I'm going to start with some masking fluid on the light areas first. Dip the brush into the masking fluid and I'm going to mask off the wave as it hits the rock and it shoots the spray up into the air. So I'm just pushing the masking fluid up, dot these little bits of spray. Right, just try and make this fairly random. And just down here where it actually crashes into the rock, just pushing some spray up into the air. And the foam bubbling over the rocks underneath. Then wash the brush out. Try not to let the masking fluid dry on the brush. Some more masking fluid. And mask off the breakers as they roll in. So these are horizontal lines right the way along underneath the headland. As the swell rushes back onto the rock, just put a little bit of surf coming back onto the rock into there. Some foam. And some light just in that little dip in the wave as it swings back onto the rock. And allow that to dry. Once the masking fluid is dry, we're going to paint in the sky. Use a large brush. I'm going to wet the sky area first with some clean water. Now, don't have this too wet. Bring that down to the horizon, over the headland. Then with some raw sienna, that light colour along the horizon, a little bit stronger, and sweep that up out of the painting. Then ultramarine with some burnt umber, just a touch of burnt umber. And have that cloud sweeping right the way across the painting and up out of the top of the painting. Touch more blue. A slightly stronger mix of the same colour. Ultramarine, burnt umber. Put a darker colour over the spray. So when I remove the spray, you've got that contrast against light and dark. Touch more blue. Before it dries, use a sponge. This is a natural sponge. I'm going to wet it, then squeeze all the water out of it so it's damp. And just lift some of that paint out of the sky where the foam burst is. Then allow that to dry. Next, I'm going to paint in the headland on the left of the painting. I'm going to use the large detail brush, mix together ultramarine and burnt umber. Right, so this is going to be a bluey grey colour. Not too strong. till it comes down into the sea like that. Then, very quickly, paint in the other part of the headland, so ultramarine and burnt umber. Slightly darker, and run that down again into the sea, just a little bit lower. Some blue. So paint that in quite quickly, straightish line along there, and again before it dries, with the sponge, what I'm going to do is just lift off some of that colour at the base of the rocks. So it gives that misty effect where the spray comes up off the sea. And just soften that along the bottom of the cliff.